find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the night won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. They do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world. I can stand this indecision, married with a lack of vision. Everybody wants to rule. Say that you never needed one headline, why believe it? Everybody wants to rule the world. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the night won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. They do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world. I can stand this indecision, married with a lack of vision. Everybody wants to rule. Say that you never needed one headline, why believe it? Everybody wants to rule the world. will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the night won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. They do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Check, check, check.
I can stand this indecision. Married.
Woo! Is that unmuted? Yeah. What's up, folks? I have so much shit I need to make sure is off here and working the right way. All right. Okay, cool. It's interesting to make sure. Cal is going to be playing the game. Oh, well, so yeah, the whole purpose of this stream is to show the VR, an extremely early version of VR mode in a dual hand disaster tracker. I'm going to be playing on the Oculus Rift. Kel is going to be playing on the main screen. She is going to play the game like you guys would imagine you normally always do, which is just playing on a screen. What I had to do was something kind of weird here for a setup was basically set the game up with the diagnostic thing in the, there's a folder for like VR stuff that lets you run what's called Oculus Mirror. And it'll show you what I can see in the headset because the game itself won't show you. The whole purpose of VR, for those of you who might have heard me maybe mention this when I was talking about it like at events or whatever, is most people thought when I mentioned VR, they would basically be playing the game in a way in VR, like you would be controlling both ships. Some people even went as crazy as to say that they thought you would put one side on one side of the eye, the other one on the other side. Actually, by default, that kind of happened, and it was terrible. It was just gross. It was not the proper way to do it. But after a couple of minutes just messing around with it, I got to do basically what I wanted to do from the beginning, which is have this be kind of like the first implementation of like a multiplayer in the game. So when people usually come by like the booth or whatever at events, they usually think that the game is some kind of multiplayer game because it's like split screen and you're kind of competing against each other. But that's not actually the case. What's happening is you are controlling both ships at the same time. So basically what Kel's going to be doing is she's going to be playing the game on the main screen, which is over here, this bigger screen on the right. She's going to be playing it like normal, except I'm going to be in control of throwing in the enemies on the left side and when to spawn them, yada, yada, yada. And on the right side, I'm going to be spawning the fireballs for her too. So since this is still an extremely early prototype, it's nothing like super fancy. The UI is nothing like fancy at all. It's basically just set up super, what's the right word, Cal? Like amateur, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's going to be set up really weird, really basic, nothing too fancy. But what you'll see is basically in the headset, I will have a view of basically both areas. And since I didn't really plan anything out in the sense of, move that out of the way. There you go. I didn't plan anything out in the sense of making it look cool. So it's not going to look super fancy or anything. But over here where you see that big black chunk, that's going to be what I see in my headset. And I basically did that. So the VR is currently kind of like the Doom Eternal Invasion thing they previewed. I love Doom, but yeah, no, not necessarily. Doom Eternal lets you kind of spawn enemies in, lets like random people just spawn into your game. This is kind of like if you have a friend over and you kind of want him to play along with you. That's why it's called Vindictive Reality. I was just fucking with the VR thing. It's basically a way, show us the money. So yeah, it's basically a way for you, like, if you have a friend over, you can kind of have that friend, like, fuck around with you, and the other friend is, like, actually playing the game. Again, this is super, like, still prototypey, so it's not working 100% how I want it to, but it's functional. And, yeah, we'll just see how this works out. And the first time you'll actually be able to try this is at PAX West next week. So we'll see how this works. You have any questions, Kel? Yep. Oh, I saw you look back like what. So yeah, Kel's going to keep track of the chat. I can't pay attention to it because I'm obviously in this headset. Blue Thing was the one who asked that question on Twitch. I do have all the chats up using Restream, so if you guys have any questions, if you're on Facebook, throw it in the chat there. Kel has the a view of the Facebook chat over here, and she also has the chat for YouTube and all that other stuff. So feel free to ask questions, and Kel will just toss them at me, I guess. But here we go. So go ahead and start it up, Kel. So actually, since the game's not fully designed with VR, I kind of just threw in a way to activate it. So the way you're going to activate VR is basically... Well, I actually don't want to tell you guys because if I accidentally push the build, I don't want you guys to activate it and then have it crash on you.
So just do it?
Yeah, so just do it. You remember what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, that should do it. Go ahead and start it up, Kel, to make sure you can start up. Okay, cool. So I am playing on my, we're playing off of my desktop, which has a 1080 in it. Let us know if the audio on the game is too loud and we can adjust that. I didn't change too many of the settings, but let Kel know and she'll let me know. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and start this up so Kel can stay in that. Go ahead and start it up, Kel. And so you see that black side on the left. Let me move the mouse because I know people don't like the mouse being in the middle of the screen. Kel, if you want to make sure you play with no delay, look at the left side over here. But you can play on this screen.
But this one, right?
Yeah, this one doesn't have any lag at all. So you might see some lag if you're playing on the right. So yeah, don't start it yet. Let me hook in my headset. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do this just to show you guys. Make sure it worked. Okay, so I don't think you actually did. Try it again. Try activating it again. There you go. There you go. All right, cool. So if you guys notice over here on the left, in that screen, that is my view in the VR headset. Hummus says, hey, I have a pretty good... So yeah, Hummus, you actually just have, it's the default, man. Obviously, you've earned it, so you deserve it, so it's there. Reader, what's up, man? Point out, let me know when people are in the chat too, Kel, because I can't see anything.
Okay.
Sound is all good? Awesome. All right, guys, I am going into VR myself, so I can't see the chat. Kel's responsible for talking to you guys, so if you want to talk shit, go ahead and do it now because I won't be able to see. So yeah, I'm going to put on the headset. Oh, do I have the right glasses on? Yeah. All right. Do this. And move the headphones out of the way. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to face this way. So, I get my controllers here. And let me tighten my stuff here.
Reader says not too much, man, and insert shit talking here.
Nice. All right, guys. So again, this is totally prototype early stuff. I can't believe I actually got this working. That's why I'm kind of flipping out, because I honestly thought VR would be a little tougher, which kind of gives me some faith that I might be able to pull off some of that Twitch stuff if I just apply myself. Honestly, the reason I kind of focused on getting this thing ready was because at Mega Booth, I earned a 10 by 10 space, which means it's all 4 days, and it's a really big space, so I want to make sure I earn it. So I decided to take advantage of it and throw in VR so I can have people test out something new too. So let me make sure the controllers sync up. There we go. Okay, so I'm also using just the default. Can you see that, Cal, on the screen?
Yeah.
Cool.
And Hummus says, so this game is going to get hard at some point.
Yeah, so again, so I have in terms of code, for you guys who even care about this, I know Hummus probably does. In terms of the code, the way I wrote the code is if VR mode is activated, enemies don't automatically spawn in. And the reason for that is to keep both sides engaged. So I have to spawn the trackers, the guards, and the voids, if you guys could see up there. I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. So yeah, if you guys could see up there. So basically what you're going to do is you see the triggers, or the grip buttons. I call them grip buttons, I guess. I don't know what they actually call them. But so again, this is super generic. You see there's some basically ray casting and line renderers on the triggers. So when you hold the grip buttons, that's how you aim. And then if you notice, when you detect the option, it turns red. So this is going to be a lot more fancy. Obviously right now that's just kind of placeholder for now. But just for the hell of it, I'll show you. So if I spawn in a tracker, I can actually do it now. Kel can't do anything. Well, she might be able to kill him. Let's see. I don't want to risk it breaking the game. So go ahead and just start it up, Kel, to make sure the game starts. So you still start it up like you normally would. Again, this is all placeholders, so it might not start. Notice up on top, left side, there's nothing happening. Right side, same thing, right? However, notice the big center of the screen says randomize EVA control. So Kel's kind of getting a head start. She's picking up the parts because parts still automatically spawn. I don't want to give you control over that. But if you notice, when I come towards the fire towers, they turn red also. Now what does that mean? Let's throw out some fireballs. So since I know Kel's down in this area, I'll go down to this area and start spawning them. Notice I don't have control over where the fireballs go. That's obviously placeholder for now, just because I didn't want to put too much time, or honestly, I just can't figure it out. How to basically do like a way for me to kind of tap it, but like direct it. It might also be kind of cheating because now, you know, I can direct them to her, and that's kind of dick. A little too easy, right? You gotta pay, and yeah. So anyways, I know she's over here, so I can spawn all these fireballs, but if you notice, I haven't looked up top, so there's nothing going on up here. So what I need to do is spawn some trackers for her. That might be too many, but it gives her something to do in the meantime. There's also gonna be a limit on that, so you're not gonna just, you know, be able to just spawn them. I can spawn all of the enemies right now, but she doesn't have the weapon, so that's kind of fucked up. So I could also, if I wanted to, I haven't added this in yet, but when she gets, for example, let's see a material. Okay, she's down here. Shoot some fireballs. Okay, you're in this area. I could also, there's a lot of stuff I could do. I mean, I could let you zoom in down to the ground where she's at. I could put this downwards, like if it was a table, and then have this kind of like at the other side if it was like a kind of ping pong table type thing. There's a lot of things I can do, but the thing is the functionality is there, and I got it working for the most part kind of how I want to. How's the frame rate holding up over there, Cal? Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's holding up here too. I was worried because obviously you guys know the frame rate kind of gets killed a bit when chaos happens. Yeah, so because this isn't fully 100% thought out in the sense of, you know, VR and how it's functioning or whatever, you might see a lot of like that, like the camera on the right side. You'll see a lot of little glitchy looking things that are kind of shitty, but let me bring in some more enemies, I keep forgetting. So yeah, I was kind of telling Cal that I might look into letting the trackers keep spawning in on their own, but then you can, you know, keep adding more and more. And if you can tell over here on the top, you can see, you know, basically the layout of the left side, and this green bar is that bar that spawns whenever you, you know, reset your, or refill your link and everything. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Okay.
It's too much for me!
Is it really? Oh, enemies? Okay. Yeah, so I gotta figure out, so there's a timer on the normal spawn of those enemies. I just kind of need to hook that up so I can do like a, you know, max this out so I know how many I can spawn within whatever amount of time. I can spawn in a couple, and then I know this timer is going so I don't have access to those yet. That's something I could do there also. Same thing with the fireballs. I can kind of have a cooldown on how many fireballs. So I lost sync on this controller. There we go. VR, am I right? So now that I know she's here, I can spawn. See how I could spawn a ton of them, but if you spawn too many, they will. Yeah, you're totally safe. Look out. Ah! Okay, so she died. This is the thing. I can't see that the game over screen because those aren't being rendered to the headset. This controller keeps losing sync. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea so far.
Reader and Hannah said looks awesome. Blue Thing says I just spam corner and fuck with everybody. And left looks weird as hell.
Left looks weird as hell. Yeah, totally. So yeah, this up here, right?
Leaving. Bye, Hummus.
See ya, Hummus. Thanks for stopping by, man. See ya at West.
He said looks awesome. See you at PAX.
Awesome. Did you start it back up? Okay. Yeah, start it up. Okay, let's see. So maybe now it's this one that's losing sync, losing battery. It's cool. I really only need one, but two kind of helps. There we go. I don't know why it's losing sync. So anyway, let's spawn some fireballs, spawn in the tracker too. And then let me see if this works. Did that start up the vote in the center, Cal? It did? Okay, cool. So yeah, I can't tell because I haven't set this up yet. Okay, cool. What did you get? Okay, so your left side's flipped. God damn it. That one's keep losing. Okay. I don't know why it keeps losing sync that way. I might even do a thing where, yeah, I think the battery might be dying on this one too. Yeah, it's just double A's. I haven't been charging. It showed full on the left controller, so I didn't bother looking at it. There we go. Try to get some material, like kill some of these dudes. Yeah, there's one. Go left. I'm just trying to help you out. So left. Yeah, you see that? There you go. So that we can power up your weapons and see how the frame rate holds up when you get all that stuff. Yeah, see, so if you try to spawn too many fireballs, you'll just spawn them into themselves, so they'll just keep blowing up like that, and the frame rate gets fucking crazy. Did it drop for you too? Okay, yeah. So yeah, there should be like a, you know, timer there so that, God damn fucking controller.
That's too many. I heard you click it many times.
That's a fireball though. I'm not even doing anything to your left side. There you go.
I know, but I've run a lot of practice groups, so a lot of things to look at.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get you some enemies to kill so you can power up those weapons. Drop those in there. Oh shit, nice. Yeah, so I spawned that Diva control there.
Repair successful.
It's not that hard when you're doing it this way because you don't have. Oh, really? I was gonna say you don't have the chaos that you would normally have. Normally. Could you check if there are batteries in that controller you have in your hand? No? Okay. What about that Xbox controller up there? Fuck. Would you mind going out and grabbing one from the charger that's in that hallway right there? Okay. In the meantime... yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the thing is... Oh, Jesus, man, why'd you walk in front of me? Oh. Yeah, so developing in VR is actually a fucking pain in the ass, especially when you have a headset on, glasses, because you have to switch to, oh, you guys can't even see them. I've got these fucking shitty, like there are these other gunner frames I had when I first started wearing these things. And they're nice and thin, but it's still a fucking pain in the ass, man. Okay, cool. What, was it green? We'll hop over that.
So.
It's easier this way. All right. What did Reader say?
So this amazing advancement in ADHD technology will Twitch integration become a thing in the future. I imagine VR would be much harder to implement than integration. Reader says normal glasses, Blue Thing says contacts, and also Ruben says, dude, we need this, it glitch, it looks sick.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so basically, what was the first thing about? Oh, so actually, dude, VR, honestly, is, to me anyway, is a little easier to implement simply because I don't have any network stuff that I need to look at. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the whole reason I stayed away from, Twitch stuff is because of internet stuff, like networking kind of stuff. However, when I head out to PAX next week, I am going to a Twitch mixer, and I have an appointment with the Twitch team to kind of talk about that. So yeah, I've never ruled it completely out. It was just in the sense of getting it in there for what do you call it? God damn it, launch. But I definitely do want to look into having it, you know, especially later, maybe after release or something, after launch. Otherwise, I would never finish this thing. Like I said, this VR thing I only did because of PAX. I've been wanting to add it in there, but I only did it recently because I figured I wanted to give people at PAX something completely different to play. At the same time, at PAX, I'm going to be doing that whole thing with, what do you call it? With the tournament. So if any of you guys watching are going to go to PAX, you can win one of those badass fridge magnets that I got. What was the other question? What was it? Was there anything else there? Oh, something about contacts?
Yeah.
I can't do contacts. Who is that? Blue Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do contacts because of astigmatism. I've tried them, but they're a pain in the ass. I always end up rubbing my eyes too much, and I just kind of have them basically fall off, and it sucks.
And then Ruben says it looks sick, like something they need a glitch.
Oh yeah, totally, man. I'd be down for that. Maybe even as a, well, yeah, definitely for launch. So one thing, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, that whole thing about like making the Switch version be priority. I'm actually gonna have to do all platforms at once. Microsoft made that pretty clear. That, so for example, if I release on Switch, I can't release on Xbox if I don't do a sim ship. So I have to do simultaneous launch across all platforms if I want to do the Xbox One version. So yeah, that happened. All right, put this back on. I had to clean the glasses because they're all. The other thing about VR is it's always, it gets foggy and stuff in here from people heat. Yeah, it was the batteries.
Technology.
All right, go ahead and start it up again, and this time I'm gonna fuck you up. Also, I want to add like a way for you to kind of zoom in. So I might end up doing that thing where, you know, it is like a table down here, because that would look really cool. Some trackers here.
VFT online.
I'm being easy on Kel with the trackers because she doesn't have the weapons to really kill too many of them. I could spawn like 50 of them if I wanted to. But as you can tell, she's not even moving on the left, on the right. And then no, because you say you get sick real easy. We could try if you want, but I just don't want you to get sick. All right, leave it up to chat. What do you guys want to see? You guys want to see Cal do VR?
Online.
Because she's always complaining the headset doesn't fit. And
I'm not that good. We hear like 10 hours.
okay, I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Can I pause?
Oh, well, just go ahead and play this, at least this one. Yeah, because remember... Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to show you. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to get. Like I said, all you have to do is hold down the grip buttons, and that's how you choose. When it turns red, you keep holding that grip button, and then you tap the trigger, like you pull the trigger. And then if you hit the randomize EVA control, that's what gives you the fuck-ups. You choose the tracker option up on the top left, and that's what spawns them in. Yeah, I think the layout would actually help if I kind of do a different setup. Yeah, see, so what happened there, Kel, is you stayed on it, but you still picked it up at the exact time that a fireball hit you, so. Also, the other thing is when she spawns an upgrade, so say for example, I can see she's grabbing material, I can look up because I know there's an upgrade and I can aim at it. I don't have it set up right now, but you can shoot it and blow it up so she doesn't grab it. But if you're fast, you can use the Tetris and pull it in. Where are you?
Awareness engine online.
So I actually do have to pay attention and make sure I'm spawning in trackers for her, otherwise she's not shooting anything on the left.
Repair successful.
But like anything, people at PAX always, you know, impress me with fucking shit they do, so I might be overthinking not giving you enough to do on the left, but oh, you know what I could do is just give you all the weapons at the start. Where are you? That way at least you have everything, right? And everyone, you can just start spawning everything right away.
Yeah.
And, however, so this is the thing, the reason I kept from doing that is because when you're, if you start getting those power cells that now you can shoot to blow up, if I shoot them, you won't get the points for it. So that is still pretty fucking cool, so I might end up doing that. Keeping you from getting points. Yeah, and I'm wondering if doing this thing where shooting the fireballs, maybe I can do a thing where, see how sometimes, oh fuck, here comes a firewall. Center. Triple tap! Jeez, man. Damn, that was close. I think you might have called it back in. Yeah. Because you need to wait for your thing to power up. There you go. See, I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, I mean, I can't see your UI, so I can't tell. Haha, that's kind of cool. I was also thinking of giving you the ability to call in the firewall when you wanted to. I don't know. Well, there's a lot of stuff I could do. You ran face first into that, man. When your shields are active, yeah. Ah! Alright, so let's go ahead and switch out then. Whoa, man. Alright, you probably won't have that big a deal with the sweat.
Oh, gross.
Hold on. Hold it.
The cat's outside the door crying.
So you have a smaller head.
Yeah, I got small head.
Hold on. All right, put it in.
Mm,
You put it in face first.
it's wet.
Yeah, it's wet because of the alcohol.
It's gross.
Is that good where it is? Like,
Uh,
can you see clearly?
yeah, if you could make it a little tighter.
No, I mean, I'm tightening it, but I'm
Oh.
waiting to see if it fits
Yeah,
you,
I
if
can
you're
see.
clear there.
I can see.
Okay. Now what you're going to do is pull
Oh,
these
this one
straps.
away. The screen? Like I can see the
yeah.
hands. Oh.
So yeah, wait. Can you see clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you tighten these. Hold it. Keep your head still. There you go. That should be nice and snug.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you the controllers. Is your left hand?
Okay.
That's your right.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my glasses because I can't see shit.
How does it know my thumbs are moving up and down?
Because it's got capacitive stuff.
Holy sh-
All right.
How does it know that?
So now Kel is playing in the headset, and I am going to...
Hey, there's the moon down there.
Yeah, VR, man. I've just kind of been fucking around. This is basically... yeah, I'm just kind of messing around with stuff. So I'm going to be showing this for the first time at PAX next week. So I will be at the Indie Mega Booth showing off this mode. And it's super prototypey, so it doesn't have... there's not too much going on in terms of like UI and kind of setup and stuff. But I just kind of wanted to show an early version of it. Give you guys an idea of what I want to do in VR. Andrew, so it's going to be like the first implementation of multiplayer. So the person in the headset is actually the one spawning in the enemies and all that kind of stuff. And the person playing on the TV is playing the game like they normally would. So let's go ahead and start up. I'm going to actually go ahead and go into Tier 3.
Oh, thanks.
What? It's not going to do anything for you. You're going to still be doing the same thing. But that way, I have all my weapons so that Kel can spawn in all of the enemies, you know, as she wants to. So she doesn't have to worry about basically like... yeah, worrying about what to spawn. She can just spawn in whatever she wants. So just don't over spam it, Cal, because that's what'll make it maybe crash or whatever. So just kind of take your time with them, like click them maybe like 1 second each. Spawn as many as you want, but just take your time like spawning them in, because right now it's still, there's no limitation to it, so you could totally crash it.
The moon is at the bottom?
It's not a moon, it's just showing you. It's not a moon, it's just showing you where you're standing, like your tracking space. If you notice, move up and move back and forth, and it'll follow you. You see it?
Oh.
Yeah. Don't go too far, because the TV's right in front, or the screen's, the computer's right in front of you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the chaperone bounds thing. I don't know what the Oculus calls it, but it's got guides for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start at Tier 3 here. Nice and snug like a face hugger, says Reader. Yeah. Hey, Manny, ¿qué pasó? All right, yeah, so let's start it up here. And when I pick up material, I haven't changed this yet, so when I pick up material, that's gonna spawn in the EVA control types automatically. So yeah, look up to the left, Cal. I mean, yeah, to the top. And then hold the grip button, which is your middle finger. Hold it down, your middle finger. There you go. See that light that pops up? Your middle finger, like you're flipping me off. Yeah. So point at tracker, guard, or void, and then pull the trigger where your index finger is. And that's what's gonna spawn in the enemies for me. And do the same thing for the fire towers. So if you look at the fire towers, yeah, and then that's how you spawn fireballs. So I'm gonna get EVA control types here because I've been picking up material. So I got picture-in-picture. You can't tell because...
I can't hear shit.
What, is the headset? Oh, well, why'd you put the headset on? Jesus, man. Oh, man. Send me some trackers, yo.
Online.
I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, it's totally working. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's no feedback in there yet. See? So that's why I'm
Let me know.
No, I'm working on that kind of stuff just because, yeah, people like that. Like it's total prototype, so there's still a lot of stuff missing. Oh, so I finally fixed Trump Shakeup. So if any of you guys have been playing this, now when you stop moving on the left, notice the camera starts totally fucking up. So I gotta hold the left, I gotta move on the left so that the right side stays steady. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, try not to hit that because they're gonna pop up no matter what. Yeah. All right, so I got crooked hilarity. Spawn me in some trackers. There you go. Yeah, and then you can spawn in a couple more. Actually, you could spawn in quite a couple if you want. Like, don't over spam it, like I said, but just do maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of thing. You can see them spawn in if you look up. See, that's another reason why I'm gonna set up the layout of it a little better, so it's easier to kind of see. And as a matter of fact, it might even look really fucking cool if you could teleport around. If it's kind of tabletop, and then you just kind of teleport around, that might be kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I could do, which I'm super excited about. But just the idea that I was even able to make this work is definitely something. Oh man, yeah, you see, you ain't fucking around. On the right side, on the bottom though, for you, Cal, you kind of have to know where I'm at, otherwise you're just spawning fireballs for no reason. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the point.
Like I see
Oh shit. ADHD, sucker.
Valerie said earlier that I should get the vacuum out.
Oh, the vacuum.
So remember last time when I was playing Will, and you the vacuum off,
Oh. At work? Oh. Yeah, she might get dizzy. Oh, dude. So, Reader says I need to incorporate Kafefi in here somehow. Yeah, oh shit. Okay, so get center. It's that dumbass thing that Trump wrote on Twitter. Where I think he was trying to say coverage, or I don't know. He kind of like let that whole, oh jeez. He kind of let that whole tweet go. And I think it's still up too. There's actually a really good Office meme with that. I don't know if you've seen it. It's actually pretty funny. Ah! Holy crap, it is actually hard to play even though someone else is the one spawning in shit. That's pretty intense though. So yeah, so for anyone that just kind of dropped in, this is a dual hand disaster tracker in Vindictive Reality. Oh yeah, I guess you could see it. No, actually you can't. Oh, actually you can, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going down. Is it safe?
Yeah.
We gotta set a cord?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Going right on the moon.
Just let me know if it even tracks you, because now, I don't know. It's supposed to track your head wherever you are, but like I said, this is total prototypey. All right, let me go and start it up again. And so yeah, in the headset, the person in the headset is actually spawning the enemies in, and the person on the screen is playing the game normally. And it's essentially the first implementation of multiplayer. So yeah, Cal, look up and spawn in some trackers. There you go. And this is tier 3, so I have all my weapons powered up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Holding down the button? Yeah, so Todd is actually probably going to kick my ass on that. He's the one who's really good about UI and stuff like that. He was actually telling me that most VR applications use only like one button to kind of select stuff, but I kind of don't understand what he meant, because you would use the same trigger to spawn stuff, but it's the same trigger you're using to select. So I don't know, maybe,
I mean, I get it. It's just hard to remember.
yeah. Maybe I can do a thing where the point is automatic. I had it like that originally. Oh fuck, I'm not supposed to get points here. Oh fuck. So yeah, this is tier 3, so all of those things you see pop up in the center of the screen, for example, right there, you'll see EVA control. Chances are I'm gonna get a high bonus if I pick up material that gives me a higher bonus if I sacrifice material that gives me a lower bonus. So what I also need to look into is the idea of like, okay, yeah, it's cool that like Kel's kind of spawning in the enemies and doing all that kind of stuff, right? But I need to give the other player also a purpose to do this kind of stuff. So it's not just like, yeah, you're kind of fucking around with the person or whatever. Maybe like a leaderboard for both people, right? So the only thing is you're always ever going to be playing on one profile unless I can figure out a way to let you log in independently of each other, right? So like the person in the headset could be one gamer tag, the person on the TV could be another gamer tag, just like you would if you were playing any kind of like multiplayer game. And I'm pretty sure that's not too difficult, but I also don't want to take too much time away from the launch of the game. So again, this whole VR thing is just super experimental. And prototypey. It's just to give people something to do. Oh, so I'm in time crisis, which means if I stop moving on the left, time stops for me. Does it stop for you too? Oh yeah, obviously. Okay, cool. So, yeah, but those are the type of things I need to look into because, fuck, I need a part. When time slows down, you can still spawn an enemy. So notice the left side completely disabled for you. Like even. Oh yeah, totally. So, well, they're gonna spawn in for me, but now they're all on the right. See? Well, for you, they're in the bottom. For me, they're all on the right. So I let them all through. So they're all coming for me. Okay. So I can just clear them out here. Oh fuck! I don't have any parts. Damn it. You damn dick. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's kind of one thing where you kind of want to, you want to keep spawning fireballs, but at the same time you're giving me a way to take advantage of them too. But I haven't been paying attention because I've been talking and powering up my weapons. I haven't been doing that. So I'm gonna use a BFP here, grab all that material. So yeah, but Todd was the one who was telling me the idea of the trigger thing, so I still need to figure out a way to do something about that. And I think the easiest way is just to kind of, enable the automatic point. Oh no, I don't have any parts! Ah! So Reader says, oh, if possible, you should set it up where you can fuck with the person in VR2, like blank out their shit for 10 seconds. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, that's the thing, right? Is like, the VR thing is like adding this whole other thing, this whole other layer on top that just like new ideas to kind of throw around and fuck around with or whatever. But, yeah. There's a lot of stuff I could do for sure. Yep. But yeah, so hopefully here in the next week, in the weekend, I'm gonna start fucking around with this a little more now that I've got it functioning. And it wasn't without, you know, the help of a couple of my friends who work on VR projects that helped me figure out things like, you know, the pointer thing, line renders to show how what you're pointing at and stuff like that. I also want to add in some vibration to the touch controllers. Oh shit, I got inversion. Yeah, it might be because you're sitting. If you're really close to the desk, so it's not tracking you that low. Kel gets tired quick, so she's sitting down.
DFP online.
Bring him.
Recovery boost online.
I got Skyfall. So for you, Cal, in your screen where it says randomize EVA control, it'll say what. Well, it'll eventually say what EVA control type I got, so at least you kind of have an idea. And that way you know, oh, if he got Skyfall, then his left side is a little more difficult to pay attention to, so I'll throw in I'll throw in way more trackers. So spawn all the other enemies too, like you've got guards and trackers. You can spawn those in, there you go. And the black holes, fuck, I got Phantom Pain. Damn it, I died. And also stuff like this, so it'll show you like when I died, because right now, the only way you know that I died is everything just disappeared, huh?
Yeah.
So let me start it up, and then yeah, so start spawning in. You can spawn in all 3 enemies, not just the trackers.
Yeah, that's one. Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah, it might just be the batteries. No, that would have nothing to do with it. It's just the tracking. So, yeah, see, so she's spawning in those black holes and everything, so that dropping the frame rate right there, I'm not sure what happened. But, fuck, those are the things I need to pay attention to. Okay, so I got material.
Material retreat. Material retreat. Material retreat. Material retreat.
Yeah, see, so when I black out like that, you can start spawning in hella trackers, because I can't do anything about them. No, that's kind of the whole point. That's why I went with the VR vindictive reality thing. You're fucking with someone. It doesn't matter. Oh, man. Does the frame rate drop for you there? No? It's pretty crazy over here. Shit. Okay, yeah. See, when you're starting to spawn in all these other dudes, okay, now that's intense. Now it feels like a tier 3 for sure. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, God.
Just close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Is it better? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but those are the kind of things that when you're making a VR game, you got to pay attention to. Yeah. You really need to optimize the game so that you don't get those frame rate drops, because in VR, frame rate drops will make you puke. Darth Wormy, what's up, man? One of Reader's boys. All right, so I'm gonna keep repeating myself, guys, just in case people keep dropping in that are new to what's going on. This is a dual hand disaster tracker in VR. This will be playable at PAX West next week. Obviously, this is super prototype. So the UI, if you notice the box on the left-hand side, that's Kel playing in the headset. She's the one spawning in the enemies and giving me the chaos to kill, while I am on the normal screen like you would expect, playing the game as usual. It's not optimized in any way whatsoever. I just got it to a functioning state. So over the weekend, I'll start to focus a little more on that and maybe experiment a little more with getting some more, looks, make it look a little cooler. So there's also some other things I'm going to throw in. For example, Kel is spawning in the fireballs on the right-hand side. And if you can shoot the fireball, if you can aim at it, and you'll activate it and turn it into a seeker. The other thing is when the power cells spawn in. So notice, for example, when I grab a material here, that's what spawns that upgrade over here that I'm about to shoot with a missile. And that'll clear out the enemies, right? But if Kel can catch that, she can actually shoot it, and I won't get the points for him. Yeah. But right now, that's obviously not working because it's not in there. I'm also playing on tier 3 simply for the sake of getting all my weapons up and activating. Remember, you can spawn all the other ones too, Cal. Nice. I don't know if anyone heard you, but so Kel just said her arm hurts.
Material retrieved.
So actually, a while back, when I started working on the PlayStation version, I was thinking about adding a mode to the game called, oh shit. Oh! I died. So I was thinking of adding in a version with the motion controllers, like the move controllers, and have it be carry the torch. So you actually had to keep one hand up on the right side. That would be your controller, and you're tilting it by tilting it like you would a joystick on an arcade. And the second you dropped your arm, the game would be over because you blew up the ship. And it was just a dumb play on carry the torch. How long can you carry the torch before she dies? But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. That's the game in VR. I wanted to keep this stream pretty short. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of how it plays in VR. And if any of you are at PAX next week, you can actually check this out. Also, if you've missed it, I do have some fridge magnets that I will be giving away to the top scores of each day. And also, I'll have some new shirts available at PAX. The Austin Beef Tee will be available for purchase. So outside of that, thank you guys very much for stopping by. What, Cal?
Sweaty in there.
Yeah? Here, Mark. It's all... Mark! On your face. So again, thank you guys. Reader says, good job not throwing up, Cal.
I might still.
Thank you guys for stopping by. Reader, thank you so much. Darth Wormy, everybody, Hummus. And that is a dual hand disaster tracker in VR.
Where does this go?
You could just leave it there. I'll get it right now.